And welcome back, Lady Eagle fans. Out to the nest and softball fans around the state. We are getting ready for Game 2. This is the Menard Lady Eagles and the Florien Lady Cats set to do battle here in this one. Florien comes into it off of that loss in their Game 1, what was South Bow's Game 2. And lost that one 12-2, I believe, is what I saw in that one here. You remember South Bow earlier this morning. That's the ladies that the Lady Eagles knocked off. We're getting ready to do things. We'll look at the lineups for your Lady Eagles. Not many changes, just right field and the circle in this one. And so you look at it on your screen. This is our east side in the circle. I was going to tell you who is in the circle tonight. Of course, Drago in left field. Sawyer Shelton had a well of a game in center field. She'll be back out there. And Mika Keogh finds her way back into right field. Tremendous game she pitched out in the circle. Lyles, Giordano, Davis, right in the battery this afternoon for the Lady Eagles. Kaylee Methvin and Kate Perotti. How are they going to do it when they line up? Same thing as Game 1 in here. Just changed where they batted in there. It'll be Shelton that leads things off. Drago homered in that game. Emma Davis. Sophie Giordano homered in Game 1. Kenzie Lyles is there. Addie Wright had herself a 3-for-3 game. Kaylee Methvin bats 7th. Kate Perotti bats 8th. And Mika Keogh will bat 9th for the Lady Eagles. And that's our east side in the circle. Starting lineups, don't forget, Durand Family Investments, east side in the circle. Doing great work being a part of helping bring you Menard Lady Eagles softball. And jumping right into this one we go. Again, we told you, hang on, there she is again. What a game she had out there. You can't get a game started without saying hi to Belle out in left field. That's our girl. You got to say hi to her. Leading things off now in this one. And again, we have first names or last names only. So this is Hall that is leading things off. And that one is bunted foul. I think that we're all caught up with all of the housekeeping now. Let's zoom in just a little bit. I tell you what, let's take you back behind the dish. No, let's not do that. We've seemed to have lost our signal back there. Don't know what happened with that one. So we'll stick to this and stick to this back here instead of figuring that out. Nope, it's gone. So we'll stick with this one. And it was just there minutes ago. Oh, look, no, that one lifted out into shortstop. Sophie diving for it, unable to come up and grab that. And that's going to be a infield single, and that'll get the runner over to first base. Our camera right there might not have survived the heat through this afternoon. But you got a runner at first base over there. We'll just bring it home from this side of the field. Probably do a better job with it out here today. But we're off and going. Squaring around a bunt, and that one goes back foul and out of play. Certainly appreciate the Pastalaya in between games there. And the water that you can probably hear me drinking there. This is Spite that is there. She is the, try to catch these as we go along. Yeah, they're just now putting them in, but Spite and 2 balls and a strike. Just when I thought we were getting settled in, now I think we're getting there. That's what happens when you take an extended break during the day. But we're ready for action here. Methvin rocks back and delivers this one. It is a ground ball foul. And that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Glad that you made it back here with us this afternoon. If you're tuning back in for this one, thank you very much. If you went back and watched it, we certainly appreciate that as well. It stays up all the time. We'll tell you this, look for big things coming from 446 Sports and the Pelican Sports Report coming this summer of 2025. That one lifted back out and foul. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let me see if I haven't turned. Strikeout and then a look back to first, but nothing doing there, and that's the first out of the inning. Tough game for the Lady Cats back in their game 1. They lose that one 12-2 in a game that rolled around 0-0 till they got in the 4th, and then it was big innings in the 5th, 6th, 4th, 5th, and 6th for South Bow. And back in action now. They're going back-to-back in this round. Robin Lady Eagles had the mid-game off. Gave me the opportunity to hop over to a baby shower, my youngest son and the oldest son, both sons. It's going to be a shot down to second base. Don't know if they realized maybe that she was going. That was a slow developing play, but anyway, that gets the runner down to second base. 2 balls and no strikes. Can't talk enough about the game pitched by Mika Keogh back in game 1. Goes the distance, gets the win. That one swung on and right through it, and that's 2 balls and a strike to Alford. Methvin will rock back and deliver this with good looking strike, and down on strikes they go. So the scoreboard was up here was wrong. Or no, the official was wrong, and now they'll correct that. So you had the big time ring up on strike 2, and that happens. I don't think they're trying to get things out. And the umpire in the field has 2 strikes. You see his count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So they'll bring the batter. Well, needless to say, 2 down here, runner at second base. So we've lost camera behind home plate. Methvin rolling along after issuing that initial walk. Nothing in 1 here, and that one is ground out to the outfield. There's going to be a shot at home. Coming up, throwing is Drago. And Bell comes up firing home, and that is going to do it because the runner did not slide. And they're loving them some Bell Drago on here, and she continues to impress. Celebrity Watch has KELB's own Julia Keller in the house, so big shout out to her. We'll be back right after this. Due up for the Lady Eagles, Sawyer Shelton, Bell Drago, and Emma Davis when we come back. And we are back here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Sawyer Shelton, Bell Drago, and Emma Davis will lead things off. Take a look at the young lady in the circle for Florien. Sawyer Shelton will stride in. She comes into the left side, the center fielder for this Lady Eagles team. Bottom of the first, they'll look to keep their hitting going that was so solid back in game one. Scored a lot of runs in that one. But it was a very clean game, and that's what we talked to Coach Brad Turney between games, and he said, look, he said, I was just excited that we got the outs we were supposed to get. Sawyer loops that one over and out of play, strike one. Don't think that's necessarily the pitch that she wanted. She turned and just fouled that one off. Nothing in one here, leading things off in the bottom of the first. Doug Gann with 446 Sports. Don't forget the final show of Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. The finale is tomorrow night. Softball will be at 7, baseball at 7:30. Make sure that you come out and support your Eagles and Lady Eagles for one final time on Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. That one lifted high. Third base camping under it. We'll have that one. And didn't look like Sawyer-type swings on that, and she is retired for the first time today. Belle Drago will stride in, and Sawyer telling her a little something, so it just may have caught Shelton off guard on that. See what she had to say, what kind of words she had for Drago there. Belle watches that one bounce to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. Turned out to be just the day that we thought it would be. That one fouled up and out of play also. It's been a lot of those pitches that the Lady Eagles are just fouling back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Not as warm as it was in that St. Fred's game, but that sun is certainly high in this Louisiana sky. That one past the shortstop is going to be a base hit. And Drago continues to hit the ball well. So talk to Coach Hunter over there. And back we go for Emma Davis. The first one taken in there, and there's going to be an attempt and into second base easily. Standing back up, as a matter of fact, before the throwdown was there. So a good piece of running there. That ball out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Don't forget, we will be back out here Monday. Also, Monday is senior night. They'll honor Sophie Giordano and Amelie Lyons, the 2 seniors on this Menard Lady Eagle team. And then Tuesday, Sacred Heart to wrap things up. Also got 2. That one down the line, and that's we'll see how he works himself out of this one. He's kicking a little dirt over there, but and we told him, he said, look, when you make a big play, you turn around and point to us. Afterwards, he doesn't, and he's asking about that. He said, man, I wonder if they got me on camera. Yep, sure did. Yes, we did. That one's going to get to the backstop, and Drago will easily make her way to third base, and now just 60 feet away. Back delivers this one. It bounces low, and again, that's going to have Drago hustle right in. We knew that would happen there. Drago comes around to score on 3 pass balls. On the walk, and now Sophie Giordano strides in, but that is the first run on the wall to side fast as the others that are there. Rocks back and delivers this one, and going into second base virtually without a throw, but Davis is there. One ball and no strikes. Sophie is going to come in to score, and that's an RBI double for Sophie Giordano. Quickly, 2-0 for the Lady Eagles. fouled off sharply behind the plate, nothing in one. Center fielder coming in. Actually, shortstop will drift out of that, and they're going to have Sophie tag on an infield pop, and Sophie tags up and heads to third. Good piece of running. 2 out. There you get a good look at Addie. I guess I completely butchers this call. That must have been dropped. A little bit of a breaking pitch, comes back, starts inside at Addie and makes its way out over the plate, and it's quickly 0-2 on the left-handed first baseman. Kind of golfs that one in honor of the Masters weekend. Keeps things at 0-2 and stays alive. All of the servers did, so great to visit one of our sponsors. Rocks back and fires this one. That one is also knocked out, foul over between softball and baseball, and they'll reset things. Good piece of hanging around here by Wright. Sophie at third, Kinsey at second, and Addie Wright looking for a base hit to bring them both in. That'll roll around, and Sophie's going to head home. She'll cross. Third run of the game. Even at 2-2 after starting 0-2. Good at bat, good quality at bat here for Addie. And that will be out number 2. And Kaylee looking back, and Abby Claire says, wait a minute, am I batting here? Hard-hitting ways. I think you come out and put up 3 in the first inning, and that's exactly what you want to do. Looking for more, of course. That one bounces. And now you're starting to get into that pitch count early on. The sun is out there. This Florien team is in their 8th straight. South Bow, the Lady K's just a moment ago, and now jumping in. Methvin hits. Parati would be next. She's on deck with the shin guards on with 2 out. If we're ball 4 gets her down, and that's going to send courtesy runner. It's going to be Lyons. Amelie Lyons will make her way out onto the field. She's one of 2 seniors that will be honored on Monday night, and don't quick. And this is Kate Parati. I would think you'd give Parati the take signal here and give an opportunity for Lyons to get down to second. And we'll do things here as Parati steps in. She does take pitch number 1, and that does get Lyons down with no throw. So again, a base hit would drive in a couple. 1 ball, no strikes to Parati. Parati going to be pretty patient, you would believe. She represented it, looked pretty good with 2 balls and no strikes. Just now 3 o'clock. This game was scheduled for 3 o'clock, and well early into this one. We're just still into the first inning. That up out of the zone and 3 balls and no strikes to Parati. She'll be taking all the way. Lyles is at third. Lyons at second. She's the courtesy runner for Methvin. And Parati would likely reach here on ball 4 and does. That's looks like Nalbandian. That's Parker Nalbandian that stays there. The bases are now loaded with the 2 outs. And they'll come out in this. But we watched this coach on third base in that game before. And one of her batters struck out, and she stopped her and brought her over there and talked to her about it. And so did a great job of instructing. So hats off to Florien's coach there, and I don't have it written down anywhere, so I apologize for that. 3 balls, or correction, it's going to be outside of the line, outside of the base. Base is loaded with 2 down. A big base hit here would do a lot of things. It, of course, would extend you up to a pretty big lead with Kaylee Methvin on the hill, but it might just take the wind out of the sails of these Lady Cats that have been out in this sun for a long, long time. Bases are loaded here. Keogh drives that one, and it's going to hit the fence there. They'll come up and get that one in. And they're sending Parker around. And for Mika Keogh, that is a 3 RBI double off the wall for Mika Keogh. She says, hey, look, I can do other stuff than just throw a complete game. And she does that. That's 3 RBI, and that really is a big-time hit there because it flips things back over now. And Sawyer Shelton will lead things off. This is her second shot at it here in inning number 1. 6-0. Lady Eagles lead this one. It has been all hands on deck on this one. They are really coming out firing on all cylinders. Mika Keogh with a 3-run double. Rocks back and delivers this one. Shelton watches that down and out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Shelton lifts that out here where we're at. And that's over the head, going to come right in front of us. And Sawyer will fly. She's going to end up heading to third base. And she'll be there with a triple. Well, be careful. She slid in very awkwardly on there, and she's feeling that ankle, and that is not an injury that you need here. Sawyer Shelton goes down sliding into third. Does score the run, but the run not a concern right now. What's a concern is that right ankle of Shelton. I expect you won't she's tough as anybody, but and if she comes out of there, don't expect her to come back into this one. When she's good and going to stay in there, what I'm telling you, you look up toughness in your dictionary, you're going to see Sawyer Shelton. Belle Drago. Belle strides in there. Boy, she's had just all of these ladies have had such great days. We'll keep an eye on Shelton for you. She said late into second base, feet first, and normally she's sliding head first over there. But that one fouled off from Davis. Davis 0 for 1. She walked back, or correction, Drago. Drago's 1 for 1 with a run scored. That one gets away. And the normally quick Sawyer Shelton just stays put at third base. Up 7-0 in this one. You don't want to chance it. 7 runs on 3 hits in this one. Drago lifts that one. It's going to stay up there, and the pitcher's got it. And that ball hits the ground, and that's going to be the third error of the inning and the game for this Lady Cats team. And Emma Davis comes to the plate. That will score Shelton from third. That one's hit sharply, and that's going to get by the left fielder here. One run is going to come around to score. And Emma is hustling around. Got a shot at it inside the park home run, and it is. Inside the park home run, Emma Davis. Two runs will come across to score on that one. And it is 10-0 early in this one. The Lady Eagles have put up 10 here in the first inning. And Sophie Giordano strides back in for her second at bat today. So Emma's now 1 for 2. 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. And this is Sophie, who is 1 for 1. She's got a run scored and an RBI on the afternoon. It is afternoon now, that's correct. That one is way back. Just at the base of the wall, though. Sophie is going to hustle into second base. And she just narrowly misses her second home run of the day, and she knew it and pats herself on the head. She is now 2 for 2 on the afternoon. In this inning, has a single and a double.
Number 9,
Kenzie Lyles will stride in, and this has just been an inning that you won't soon forget if you are the Lady Eagles, and if you're Florien, you'd like it to go away as quick as you possibly could. Lyles' second at bat of the inning / game, and hustling over into third is Sophie. This one got out of hand early, and folks, I remind you, this has been done with 2 outs here. And they've been some pretty hard hit softballs. That one's one of those as well. Gonna be go. It's gonna be dropped right there. Giordano will come in and score right in front of us in left field, and Lyles is on with an error. Hard hit ball, and those are tough ones to get. But that is run number 11 in this one.
Number 17,
They'll swap left field and right field. Make a change there at a time when Addie Wright, the left-hander, comes up. Don't expect that Coach Brad will be stealing bases anymore, and he has put the brakes on here early in this one. Pass ball, and he does not have his runners running, and that's just a class move, and you see in the first inning putting that on. It won't stop scoring runs if they come here. Eddie puts a charge in it, but over to first base, and that will do it. But not before the Lady Eagles pick up 11 runs on 5 hits, 4 errors, and 1 left on. 11-0 Lady Eagles lead this one. We'll be back for the top of the second right after this.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. .446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
11-run first inning, and just as we thought, some defensive changes. You see Abby Fingleton goes into center field. Parker Nalbandian over in right field. No more changes along the infield, but that's what we have here. We move to the top of the second inning. Those changes are brought in. Mika Keogh now is done for the day.
Now batting number 5, Fitch.
And we're taking the announcements. This is the pitcher. This is Fitch that will stride in. That one is in there for strike one. And, you know, you give a big lead like this to a pitcher like Kaylee, a couple of things can happen. She can bear down and just mow through them. You just hope that they don't lose a little bit of concentration on this. And it doesn't look like she's doing that at all. Nothing and 2 quickly to Fitch. Lady Eagles well on their way to going 2-0 today. Swung on and missed and down on strikes, and that will retire the side. Lady Eagles work the ball around the infield, and 1 up and 1 down. This is the catcher for Florien, Withers. And Kaylee, if there was any question which Kaylee was going to come out after that long layoff, it's the one that's throwing darts to the strike zone. That one lifted back over the dugout and out of play quickly, 0-2. So 5 pitches so far this inning for Methvin. That one bounces low and out of the zone in the dirt, rolls up there. And we'll do this over again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one ground ball is going to find its way to Giordano. She's got to be quick and does. Sophie fires over to first in time for the out. And that's out number 2. 2 up, 2 down.
Now batting number 10, Sandel.
Sandel, the left fielder. Swung through that one. And boy, Kaylee, first strike fastball has been so good for her in through these first 2 innings. That one ground over. Soph's going to have another chance at it. She bobbles this one. Still going to think about the throw. Doesn't do it. That one bobbles around, and there'll be an error charged to the Lady Eagles shortstop.
Now batting number 12, Richardson.
Eighth batter in the lineup is Richardson, the third baseman. Pitch misses inside, ball 1. Check swing outer half there, strike 1 though, no matter what. 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun has made its way all the way to the other side of this one now. Methvin, this one over there by the on-deck circle, bounces around. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two home games remain on the schedule for your Lady Eagles. Make sure you come out Monday and Tuesday and support them, specifically Monday night, where they will honor the 2 seniors on here, Lyons and Giordano. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 down. Deuce is wild on the board today for this Lady Eagle team, or for Florien. Methvin will rock back and fire this one. Swung on and missed and down on strikes, and Methvin has herself a pretty solid inning there as you see her come off. We move to the bottom of the 2nd. We'll do that when we come back from our friends at Wallace Eye Associates.
For cataract surgery in Central Louisiana, insist on Wallace Eye Associates, where leading eye surgeon Dr. Thomas Stuckey and our team of doctors continue to set the standard in cataract care in Louisiana. If you're over age 60 and just aren't seeing as well as you used to, let our cataract team restore your vision and renew your life. When it's time for cataract surgery, there's only one team, one focus, your vision. Wallace Eye Associates.
Firehouse Subs just partnered with Hot Ones to create 2 new Hook and Ladder subs.
One with pickles marinated in Last Dab Reaper sauce to test yourself.
And a milder one with crispy garlic chips if tests aren't really your thing.
Find out how hot you like it for a limited time.
Fitch back out for her second inning of work here. You see him throwing down to get things going. Kaylee Methvin, the recipient of an 11-run first inning, will stride in there ready to go. This is one of those you start looking ahead at some things of when you can get it going. And they're not ever going to try to run one up by any means, but you put together a similar inning to last inning, and there's an opportunity to get this thing over with in the second or the third. Fitch will rock back and deliver this one. Methvin, big hard cut, fouls that straight back, and it's nothing in one. You see it on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard down in that left-hand corner. It is 11-0. 11 runs, 5 hits for the Lady Eagles. They have committed 1 error, but it was 4 errors. That one lifted high, and it's skying back and out of play on top of that grandstand area. Quickly, 0-2. So Fitch coming out. But if she came out and got the first, I think Shelton was retired. Yeah, Shelton did. She was retired, and that's when the bottom kind of fell out of it after the first out. Scored a lot of runs with 2 outs. Methvin watches that one go to the backstop for ball 1. Good crowd on hand today. Rocks back, delivers this, does Fitch. Way out in front of it was Methvin, and she's down on strikes. That's the way you come out and respond on one. That one lifted high as well. Third base going to camp out under it. So, boy, turning around and pitching a great one there. As Methvin and Parati now quickly 2 up, 2 down. And Abby Fingleton will come into the plate. First time we've seen Abby Claire bat today. She took over for Sawyer Shelton, who went down just to rest that. I think she's fine. She finished out the inning. We'll talk to her a little bit afterwards and get that. But a pretty good day for a lot of these Lady Eagles. That one up and out of the zone gets to the wall. And it's quickly 2 balls and no strikes. This is the way you respond to one of those innings if you're Fitch. Come back out here and just and make quick work of it. That one up and out of the zone, 3-0, and she represents the leadoff in the lineup, I believe. We'll see where they put her. That one fouled back and out of play also. 3 balls and 1 strike. Guess they've got her in. See where he put her in the lineup. Got her in Keogh's spot and just moved her around to center field. Now Bandian will bat in the spot of Shelton. That one misses low and ball 4. So went through the first 2 pretty quickly, and now Parker Nalbandian will. Parker we saw out in left field. She's just as fast as Has a lot of them out there. She's going to be another one of those speedy ones here. Lines that one over. Look at Parker go up there and get a base knock. And the folks are they're loving that here.
Lion.
And Amelie Lyons will stride in and get to hit. So Amelie now will move in for Drago. She'll bat for Drago. Runners at first and second. And Amelie we've seen Amelie a lot on the bases. I think this may be the first time that I've seen her hit. Don't know if that's the case. It's been a long season. But we have seen her very fleet of foot on the bases. Lifts that one high over here, right field. Left fielder is going to lose it, and it's just foul. Oh, they're calling it fair, though. It's going to be a play at the plate sliding in. Oh, I had that foul here, but that is a 2-run double.
Number 20, Emma Grace Davis.
Emma Davis steps in. Emma with an inside the park home run, her last at bat. Swung through that one now, 13-0 in this one. And you do kind of want to take an opportunity to try to get a couple of runs across here. If that's the case, you can end it in the third if you're up by 15 or more. So get to the 15 and then come out and hold Florien top of the third. That one smoked down and foul. Little Olay action out there at third base. Nothing in 2, the count to Davis. 0-2, disregard the scoreboard. And she hits that one out in front of the plate. Going to stay there, and that one is thrown all the way over to first. No, not in time, and Lyons makes it over. So Coach Hunter has even replaced Coach Brad at third after those miscues at third on fielding those balls. He's pulled himself. How about that? Sophie Giordano strides in, runners at first and third in this one. That one lifted high, but down the line. They're giving chase. Going to drop in. Sophie will coast into second base, just ahead of the throw, though. And she says it ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Sorry, that was my poor attempt at it, but there you have it. And we have went to the middle name game here at the Eagles Nest. Kinsey puts a charge in that one. Then the dads that aren't looking better duck and cover because that one was coming. 14-0 Lady Eagles lead this. 14 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 0, 2, and 6 for Florien. Lyles takes that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a lot of this damage again coming. All 3 of these runs have been with 2 outs. Lady Eagles put up 11 in the first, 3 now in the second. Changeup is thrown and no one going anywhere. 2 balls and a strike. Runners at second and third. It is Davis at third base, Giordano at second, and Kinsey Lyles there at the plate. Rocks back, does Fitch. That one smoked over there, and a little bit of ducking and covering going on. Coach Hunter comes up firing, though, off the ricochet. And it evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just glad that Kinsey hasn't put one right here where we're at. That one misses down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. This game has seen the Lady Eagles pound out 14 runs on 8 hits. That one up and out of the zone. And thought that was ball 4, but that makes it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wanted after that one. That's going to be a play down to first, and the out is made. So swung through that one, thought it was a foul ball, and they're saying she missed it, that it was just a drop third strike, and that will retire the side. So the Lady Eagles will have to come back up and bat one more time, but that will do it in this inning. 3 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on. We'll be back for the top of the third. Lady Eagles lead this 14-0 when we come back. The 2 outfielders that you see there, it is 3 outfielders. It's a brand new outfield core. That is Abby Fingleton, Amelie Lyons, and Parker Nalbandian is in there. Coming over there, all smiles in front of us. Just got to give us, see, there it is. That's part of what left field tradition's all about. That's what you have to do when you're playing left field. Top of the third, we play in this one. We'll look around the infield. It's Lyle still there. Giordano's there. So the infield remains the same.
Now batting number 20, Boucher.
This is Boucher. And going back to talk to the official score, not sure what we're doing here. Good look at Parati. And new pitcher that's in there as well for the Lady. And that's just that's a special moment as you're able to go in there and visit with Sis while you're out there. This is Jane Parati that takes over. And just one of those more friendly, full of life youngsters on this team. Every time that we're here, we're opportunity, and she says hi to us, and just great to visit with and get to know a lot of these players that are the heart and soul of this Eagles school here at Holy Savior Menard. This Lady Eagles group pushing all the right buttons at the right time of the season. That one up and out of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. Once again, there you see Jane, younger sister of Kate. That one is bunted. Oh, nearly having it was the elder Parati. But how many times do you think this scenario has played itself out in the backyard? So Emma Davis getting a break. That may be Ledette over at first base, too. I've got to get a look in there, but I think this case she hadn't turned to the side, but there's no way that that's not. We're going to zoom in over there. Y'all just have to bear with us. Yep. That one misses low, and the fans that are here wanted that one. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Parati rocks back and fires 2. Well, Parati and down on strikes she goes.
Now batting number 24, Hall.
Hall will stride in. So if you're looking ahead, the Lady Eagles will need to put one run across as we would go to the bottom of the third, should they not allow any here. They got to get to that 15 mark. And I really believe both teams are interested in that at this time. It's been a long, hot day for Florien being out here back-to-back games. And that's not to ever suggest there's an ounce of quit in that Lady Cats team, because there is not. That is simply to say, man, it's been a long, hot day, and it's 14-0, and let's get to the house. 2 balls, no strikes from Parati. That one hammered down the line. Nearly a catch. And look, we had it too. We were on that. Would that catch have been made? It'd have been the man. But instead, it's 2 balls and a strike. That one up and out of the zone from Parati. Great day in the circle today for all of the Lady Eagles pitchers. Keogh in game 1, Methvin in her first couple innings. And now the first walk of the day for Parati is issued there, and that's a runner at first now.
Now number 15, Spate.
Spate will come back up for her second at bat. Spade 0 for 1 on the day. Misses out of the zone, ball 1. Might take a moment to go out there and settle Parati down. Looks like Coach Hunter talking to her as there's a bulk of this JV team that is out on the field today. That infield is made up of your nucleus there. That one down the line, another opportunity at it. Instead, I know he didn't just push her in the way. No, he was moving her out of the way so he could catch it. That's what we're going with. We'll wait and see that on the replay later. But it's 2 balls and 1 strike. It's a good group that's down there, though. I mean, they take care of a lot of stuff around here. That one out of the zone, 2 and 3 balls and a strike. The one thing that you don't want to do is give in and give up a couple of runs right here. Jane will rock back and fire this one up and out of the zone. And that is back-to-back walks for Jane Parati. Runners at first and second now. And Alford, second baseman. Actually, she moved to, I think she came, no, that is because Fitch is pitching there. So Alford is the second baseman. Squaring around the bunt. Takes that one, ball 1. Thought she might have went after it and offered at it. Squaring around, this bunt is put in the dirt behind home plate. Parati gets it and fields foul. Strike 1 on this one. Yeah, you got to believe a lot of times in the yard on the old bucket, this scenario has presented itself. Parati to Parati. Bunts that one, good looking bunt. They'll go to first with it in time, 2 outs. Played very well, and that's what you're doing. And look, I've told you about this lady's coach, and I hate to say that I don't know her name, but she has worked on fundamentals. She has continued to coach the entire time. So kudos to you, ma'am, for a tremendous work ethic there. 2 down in this one. Striding back in is Martin. Martin, the lone hit on the day. And, well, speaking of hit, that one catches her. There'll be bases loaded for Fitch will make her way in there. Now there's an out at any base. Coach Hunter's going to come out and visit. Words of wisdom and get back in it. And the bulk of it is, hey, look, you got an out at any base. Throw something over and let us get out of this inning. Let your defense work here. 2 down, top of the third we play. Bases loaded. Good looking pitch from Parati. It's in there, strike 1. Rocks back and fires here. That one down and out of the zone. Nowhere to put her. And 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases are loaded full of Lady Cats. Jane rocks back and fires this one. Swung out in front and missed on that one. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. You hear the encouragement coming in from behind home plate for her. Jane will come set, rocks back, fires this one. Down the line, Lyles has it. She's going to step on the bag to retire the side. So no runs. Bases left loaded, and Goodworth, they'll get out there and talk to Parati and let her know what a great job Jane did settling down after whatever Coach Hunter told him was the right thing. We'll be back for the bottom of the third, see if the Lady Eagles can finish it up right here. We'll do that right after this from our friends at BU Designs. By Melissa Gann. We are back here. You see some of the changes that are being made, that have been made. We told you we thought she was out over at first base, and that is Ledette. Adeline Ledette will stride in to lead things off. Jane Parati has a bat in her hand as well. And Fitch is ready to get things going here. She is out for her 3rd inning work, and a shot over to shortstop. Over to first it goes, and Ledette had a pretty good hack at it. First pitch swinging.
Now batting 0-0, Jane Parati.
And 1 up, 1 down, and Parati will come in for her first at-bat of the day. It's a good hit by Ledette, unable to get it by the shortstop. Swung on and missed there. And down 0-1. Don't forget we told you about it. Big things coming up. Final show of Around the Diamond on Sunday, tomorrow. We're set to go a couple of more weeks, but of course Easter Sunday is next week, and the season ends on Tuesday. Tuesday is the finale of the season, so stay tuned for our selection show and our bracket show. You'll want to watch that. We'll go through all of it, what we think is going to happen here in the Dash for Frash. Yeah, that's the thing that we've copyrighted. The Dash for Frash. Frash Park there in Sulphur is where they send the teams to go and battle for that state championship. 4 divisions, select and non-select, and then B and C come together to play. Fitch rocks back and fires, and that one is going to be a line out to the pitcher, and quickly 2 up and 2 down. Kate Perotti, one of the starters, still in this one. Strides in there. Going to take some work if the Lady Eagles want to end it right here. Good work by Fitch. I mean, she has settled down. That's a shot, though. Perotti continues to do work. And they'll get all of his runners are out on the bases. So we'll see what he's going to do here. As they're battling to see who's going to come out.
Number 23, Abby Fingleton.
As Fingleton comes up, it's our second at bat. But before that, Maya Thomas. Maya Thomas will go and run at first base. So Maya, good to see her in the game. Maya on to run for the catcher, Kate Perotti. All three batters have hit the ball hard. Ledette certainly did, but out at short. And then the line drive up the middle. That one in there for strike one. Good off-speed pitch, but stays off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll have some visits with some of the coaches around the area, talking softball. That one hammered out to center field. Center fielder's got it, though, played it perfectly. And, oh, what a good shot there by Fingleton, but unable to get it to drop. And that will end the inning. No runs. 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on after 3 complete. We move to the top of the 4th. It is 14-0. Lady Eagles have the lead. We'll be back right after this.
Check out some of our recent work at the Panthers Stadium. In addition to custom signs and banners, we also handle custom trophies, custom awards, custom vehicle wraps, and more. Give us a call. We handle projects large and small.
Big thanks to our friends out at Doug Young Nursery. You saw their commercial there. They have been proud supporters of 446 Sports for the last year, and we couldn't do any of it without them. Firehouse Subs, Wallace Eye Associates, Southern Air, Jason Hawk Farm Bureau, BK Distributors, ExploreAlexandriaPineville.com, Valex Federal Credit Union, Kimberly Harrell, Premier RV and Boat Storage, BU Designs by Melissa Gann, and looking to bunt that one up and out of there. Ball 1. 11 runs in the first set the tone for this one. 3 more in the second. Couldn't get a run in the third to end it, so they'll play the 4th here. That one is offered at. As you can tell, they're working on their bunt game and their small ball here. That one by Fingleton. Thought she had an opportunity to get that down. That would have done it, but it was right at the center fielder. Swung on and missed that one up and out of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one lifted out to center field. Abby Claire is there to get that one and pull it in. So just returning the favor a little bit. Good work. out number 1 on a pretty good ball that was pretty well hit. That one does go up and out of the zone for ball 1. That one looked at for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed, and that ball misses the glove as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Parati, with that off speed that she's been able to throw, has mixed it up and caught these Florien batters out in front a pretty good bit. That one bounces up and hits her. So, yes, that's the answer to the age-old question. Even if it bounces up first and hits them, yes, it's a hit by pitch. A little over an hour into game 2 here. A lot of it was in that inning, that bottom of the first where the runs were scored. Marksville knocks off Oak Hill Lady Rams today. West Monroe Rebels in baseball 11-5 over Rusted West Monroe, just firing away in 2-5A. But here in 5-2A, it's 14-0, 2 balls, 1 strike. Roddy rolls that one up. And now 3 balls and a strike. Ball 4 up and out of the zone. And runners will now be at first and second with 1 out. And this is why you wanted to end one of those with an opportunity, because you don't want to go through the arms. This is just good experience, though, for Parati to be able to get in there and throw. And that one fouled back to the net, strike 1. Been encouraged by the way that she's found the strike zone most of the time. Does have a couple of walks in there, but has thrown the ball fairly well today. That one up and out of the zone. Jane will rock back and fire this one, and that is down here. Going to come up, throw it. You got to play at the plate. Not going to be there in time, and that is the first run coming across, and that's an RBI base hit. Kind of discussing some of the changes that are going on, and we just had last names on the roster, but they'll go in there and make the changes. So base hit scores the run there. Good shot down the line, and runners at first and second. Still just 1 out. And I'm thinking this is Jane's to stick with here. That one up and out of the zone, ball 1.
Pull it down a little bit.
That one out here where we're at, coming way back, off the base of the wall. Parker's got it. She's going to come in, but not before that is a run-scoring double. So you'll have runners now at second and third, and 2 runs across. Here in the inning, that one up and out of the zone. That one hit hard. It's going to come out to Parker as well. That'll score 1 run. They're going to wave the other through and absolutely going to get there, and that is a 2-run double. And this is the case of good bit of hitting down here at the bottom of the, or late in the game for the Florien team. They've put up 4 runs, got it back to a 10-run margin. And I don't think, if you coach Brad, that's really what you envisioned in it. That one's fouled back. That's some good hitting by this Lady Cats team. And we told you, don't expect them to quit in this at all. That one misses outside, ball 1, 1 ball and a strike. And with nowhere left to go pitching, I believe, with Coach Turney, it's a matter of do you bring in Keogh or Methvin to finish this thing out. Hangs on to that one, and that's going to be ball 3 and get the runner down to third base.
Give me some effort. Give me some effort now.
Jane mad at herself, and that's when you see her slamming the ball into the glove, and you like to see that fire out of a pitcher. Rocks back, misses on that, but I'm just concerned that it might be in her head now. We've seen her pitch, we've seen her warm up, and she throws the ball very well. But a couple of hard-hit balls. One down here in the top of the 4th. Good looking pitch, and there's going to be a play at second off, and that'll be the 5th run of the inning to come across. Stolen base is there, runner scores, and that one is up and out of the zone for ball 1, or was it swung?
Help her out, girls.
Come on, David! Push hard.
Swung through that one, good looking pitch there. Still just 1 out in this one. And down on strike she goes, so way to battle all the way back for Parati. Gets the strikeout looking, and that's what you want to get from here. You want to see her grow from it. You want to see her fight through this and settle in and get it done. That's that pitch that she struck out the previous batter on, so she's found that one. Rocks back and delivers this. Ground ball foul down the line. And Parker will give chase to get that one, get it back in. And quickly 0-2. Need one of those good pitches that comes and curves back in over the plate. Was successful a couple of times in a row with that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Top of the 4th, we play 5 runs across. And that one lifted back. Parker's going to give chase. She's got it there. Excitement all around as Parker Albanian gets that one. And we'll hustle in, but 5 runs come across for the Lady Cats in this one. 5 runs on 3 hits after 3.5. Lady Eagles lead this one 14-5. We'll be back right after this. Back to work we go. Ready to get things started here in the bottom of the 4th. That might help you some, won't it? Yeah, there you go. Sun's starting to bake a little bit on these, on our laptop. We'll see if we can get back in where we needed to go. One lifted high, third base sitting out under it. I'm telling you, Fitch has settled down and been throwing the ball well. We play bottom of the 4th, and now is the point where you'd like to Lady Eagles to go back. Now they've got to go back and get one here to make it 10 as they go to the 5th. I never would have thought we'd have been here looking at the 5th inning. Let's clear those off of our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. 1 ball and no strikes. Sun's starting to affect everything out here, even me. That one back to the pitcher. Over to first and in time. Davis watches that one go back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. Very quickly, 2 up, 2 down here. But the Lady Eagles have done a bulk of their work with 2 outs in the first 3 innings. That one lifted out where we are. Left fielder coming up, and it's going to bounce in front of here. And Emma Davis on with another hit, and Sophie Giordano will stride back in. Sophie's had a pretty good day throughout in the field and at the plate. Seems like we say that all of the time. Off and running, and now this is a point where said, well, they weren't stealing earlier. Now they're trying to get that 10-run lead back. 10 runs, if they can come out and shut them down in the 5th, would end it. Couple of chances too, and now going to easily make it into third base. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Giordano. So any sort of a base hit will get it back to the 10 runs. They still have to go out and bat in the 5th. But this is a big run. That was smoked down the line. Olay. Both of them talking about that, Davis and Coach Hunter saying, I don't know. I didn't want it hitting me. By no means, Giordano put a charge into that one. She's done most of the day with the balls that she's hit. So that's not the game-ending run that's over there. They've still got to go out and play in the 5th. That one right back at them again. And that evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Giordano seeing it well, just might need to adjust her timing a little bit on there. You hear a lot of coaches say let it travel. You just adjust your timing a little bit on that. Knocks back, delivers this one, and she does, but right to the left fielder, and that will retire the side. So we are through 4 complete in this one, 14-5. Lady Eagles lead this one.
Make it throw.
As we come back, I think Coach Brad has seen all that he wanted to see there. Good work out of Parati, and has brought Kaylee back in to see if she can shut things down here. 5 runs in the top of the 3rd, and so a couple of changes as well. It looks like Amelie is in front of us now here in left field. Lyons is there. And now Vanian went to right field, so they switched, swung on and missed. Looking around, a couple of changes, and I'll get that for you because Lyles is no longer on second base either. I'm sorry, Lyles is no longer on third base either. Kylie Mott is there at third base, and look, the shirts, she was just so very thankful, came up, and these guys, all the ladies had, BU Design supplied shirts for the ladies after their district championship, and she's one of those that come up and certainly said thank you, and as all of them did, down on strikes. Don't know what happened to our commercials. I'm telling you, sun has really affected our umbrella blew away early in game 1. It went away. There was much windier day today, this morning, and now that wind is every bit of steel and dead. That one misses outside. A lot of fire in this Lady Cats team as they put up 5 runs in the 4th to keep this thing going. That one fouled off and over into that netting near first base. 5 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors for Florien, 14-10-1 for the Lady Eagles. Down on strike she goes, and Methvin with another strikeout there. 2 up, 2 down. One misses out of the zone, ball 1. And back, swung on pretty hard at that one, but evens the count up at a ball and a strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 down, top of the 5th. That one fouled back and out of play. So Methvin with the start. Made her way back into this one. If we can get that one missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we have seen Methvin and Parati. Methvin 2 2 2/3 innings. Parati went 2 innings, 3 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So close the book on her and down on strikes. That's another strikeout. Strikeout number 7, as a matter of fact, for Methvin, and that will retire the side. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Lady Eagles need a run to end it. We'll be back. We're back here ready to get things going in the top half, or bottom half. Interesting statistic for you. Lady Cats have 5 earned runs in the game. Lady Eagles have 4 earned runs in the game only. So it has been unearned runs the difference in this one. Now the Lady Eagles did what they needed to. This is Lyles that's back in there. That one fouled off, and now that's a tough one because it hits that dugout that juts out and he kicks around. So we're not giving any fault on that one. Kenzie Lyles back in the game, looking to put this one away. Out in front of that one, and boy, the woes continue over there in that third base coach's box. Even the change that was made has not been fruitful. So they'll have to dig down deep and maybe try another thing. Look, I give grief is all that I do, guys. They're doing such a fantastic job. I'd have to get Coach KK out there. Change up there that has Lyles full. It's down in the dust, and they'll go to the right side. But I don't think Kenzie even knew that ball was there, but great work behind the dish. And this is just a complete difference the way that the game has gone. Boy, did it get out of hand early for Fitch and the Lady Cats. That one is Ledette puts a charge into that. Center fielder's going to camp out under that and make the play. And quickly 2 up and 2 down. Good shot at it. And Kayla Methvin now will stride in. But Fitch, I'm telling you, has been lights out for the last 2 or 3 innings. Throws that off-speed pitch down low. Since that second, and really you go back to the 11 runs in the first. After that, only 3 runs have been scored by the Lady Eagles and 5 for this Lady Cats team. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 down. This Cats team has not backed up at all. That one misses down low. I'm just, well, you look around and you were 1 batter away from potentially ending this back in the third, and now this one has the makings of going the distance on it. Unless Methvin can turn one around, they'll play 6. And that is a walk.
Up the middle. Get up the middle.
Kate Parati now will come to the plate. Kate at the plate has been solid today. And a big base hit her last time up. A lot of speed over there in Methvin, so just looking to get something back off the wall. 1 ball and no strikes. You see Methvin in your screen. That ground ball is there. They'll go the long way across the diamond, and another inning that the Lady Eagles are unable to get a run across. We'll move to the top of the 6th when we come back.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life.
Back we go to the top of the 6th inning here. Methvin back in the circle for the Lady Eagles. Again, they were just a run away, but it's been lights out. That's 3 straight innings now the Lady Eagles have failed to score. And Fitch, I'm telling you, after that first inning, when she gave up the 11, she's been rolling. Another bunt, and that hits her, and that's a foul ball coming out of the batter's box. Luckily for Florien, she was still in the box. Otherwise, it would have been an out. Swung on and missed. Good-looking pitch from Methvin. And quickly, 0-2. Methvin looking for strikeout number 10, or number 8 on the day. That one is fouled off to the right side. Down the line goes Lyons to get that one up and get it back in. Swung on and missed, and down on strike. Strikeout number 8 for Methvin, number 10 overall.
Come on, defense!
Going foul straight back to that netting, and strike 1, 0-1. That one smoked down the line, and Parker's going to have that one gets foul. But what a hard hit ball it was. Defense is hanging around in there, trying to keep things where it's at, and that one fouled off also. Methvin gets a sign from Parati, rocks back and pitches that one just up and out of the zone. Waste pitch there. It's the only problem with being up here in left field, and it's quiet when you sneeze like a big boy like I do. That gets everybody's attention. That one misses down low and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. One down here in the top of the 6th. If you'd have told me in that first inning that we would be in the 6th of this one, I would tell you that you probably weren't making a good decision on saying that. And that one is ground over to shortstop. Davis has it, or second base, correction. Emma Davis has it. And there's the out, number 2. And 2 up, 2 down for this Lady Cats team. Lost camera 1 early on in this one behind the plate, so don't have that one. This is one of those days. It's been a long one for the equipment too. That one ground, and that is quickly 0-2. Got out to the ballpark, around 8 o'clock this morning, 8:15, to get set up for today's work. And here we are after 4 o'clock on a sunny Saturday afternoon. That one ground over. Lyles has it. Back over to first across the diamond, and that will retire the side. Lady Eagles due up in the bottom of the 6th. See what they can do. Needless to say, we'll be up in the 7th if we have to. But Lady Eagles trying to end it right here. We'll be right back right after this. So you're looking for something to do, check out explorealexandriapineville.com. Plenty to do around there. Looks like Fingleton is due up. So that would have been, if we go back an inning, it looks like I was incorrect. If that is Abby Clear there, that would have been Parati that had that big line drive out. Fingleton is in there. She's 0 for 1 on the day. Way out in front of that one. One ball, 1 strike offering, and that change up again gets Fingleton. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like Fingleton, then Parker and Albanian. That one adjusts, but right to the pitcher it goes. And that's out number 1. Parker due up here in this one. See if she's able to get something going. That one misses low and out of the zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Getting an Albanian on there is another big key as well. She is quick around the bases. Amelie Lyons there at on deck. And there's a base hit over there. Parker's going to leg that one out. Good shot past the shortstop, and Parker Albanian on for the base hit, and that will bring Amelie Lyons to the plate. Good piece of hitting on that 2-0 fastball. That was a shot. Good work by Amelie. She's got that. And they are waving around. Got to play it third, but going to be not in time. And Parker does a good job of coming there. And so they're not wanting this thing to go 7. And Emma Davis is going to stride in. So runners at second and third for the Lady Eagles. 1 run away from putting this thing away. And Emma Davis now steps in. She squares around the ball. Now Vanian's going to come home with it. The play's at first, but sliding in for the walk-off win there. 15-5. Lady Eagles will win this one. So swept it, but I'm telling you what, this Florien Lady Cats team, save for that first inning that was a big, ugly one for them, really did some work the rest of the way. As a matter of fact, they were behind by 11 after that. They outscored the Lady Eagles 5-4 the rest of the way. But you can't take big numbers away. That's going to wrap it up here, guys. That will do it. Lady Eagles 2-0 on the day. They'll go to their final 2 games on Monday and Tuesday. Senior night is Monday. Make sure that you're out here for that. Come back and see us tomorrow night out at Buffalo Wild Wings for what is the final episode, final edition of the Around the Diamond with Turney and Mark. Seems like it was just yesterday that we were having the very first one. It's been a great day for softball. Get out all of this pollen and all this dirt here in a minute. The victorious Lady Eagles making their way out. All smiles and all waves, and here they come. That's a tired-looking bunch of Lady Eagles, guys, but never too tired to dance. They have a wonderful time out here. Guys, we will see you tomorrow night. It's a big win, 15-5. Lady Eagles win this one. We'll see you at Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow night. For all of you around there, I appreciate you watching us. It's been a pleasure. Hit the follow button before you get out of here. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all, and have a great day.